During the attack on the British camp at Isandlwana on Wednesday, the 22nd of January 1879, the Zulu army, in their famous fighting tactic, surrounded the camp in the horns of the bull with 25,000 Zulu warriors. And in the middle of their advance was a young regiment called the Umqicho, who were 30 to 33 years of age, dying to get into the thick of the fight, to bathe their assegais in blood, to be afforded glory and marriage when they got home. And in the face of withering cannon and rifle fire coming off the British line, they were eventually forced to wither and stall. They were about to withdraw. Zulu records tell us categorically that had that regiment withdrawn, they might have precipitated a mass withdrawal of Zulus as the middle of the line broke. But a remarkable event was about to unfold. Their old commander, a man called Umkosana Kamfuntlana of the Biela clan, stood up like a colossus behind his men, and he strode through them to the front with his old grey kaross around his shoulders and his Istarko head ring round his head and the lion's claw necklace, the Royal Award for Bravery, round his neck. He turned his back on the British line and he faced his young warriors and he bellowed at them. He shouted, "Yeninalapia, ninga baleg, silo uhlahlana bulalo mlilo, ungashonga kanjalo." You mean don't run, don't run. The king, the small branch that extinguishes the flames, that's one of King Cetshwayo's praise names. And what a subtlety. He gave us no such order. Do you know that he'd hardly uttered that cry when half of his head was carried away by a British bullet? But the rallying cry had been made and heard. Heard by his regiment and the regiments adjacent to it. And in the face of this bravery and the sacrifice of his own life in attempting to rally the Zulus, they would get up like a great black wave and fall on the thin red firing line. I've promised the memory of that old man, who's become an integral part of Zulu folklore, that I will never relate the story without relating who the true hero of the Battle of Isandlwana really is. And I challenge you with the view that remarkable outcomes often arise from the actions of single human beings.